There are two major things we get from YouTube: content and scandals. For many creators on the platform, they are able to create clean and wholesome content without any problems, while others just have a knack for hurting or offending people on multiple occasions. As our year comes to a close, maybe it's time to purge some of these creators from our minds, so let's go over the top 10 YouTubers we need to forget. What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Bree Room. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a juicy list for you guys today, so let's just jump right into it. At number 10, Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas has been around on YouTube since 2007, so she's really one of the OGs on the platform. She's had a career on YouTube for over a decade, which also means that she's been causing drama and scandals for over a decade as well. It seems like she's caught up in a scandal at least once a year, so maybe it's time we forget about her. I mean, just over the last few years, or just the last year in general, she's managed to offend quite a number of people. In October of 2019, Trisha made a video coming out as transgender, and this caused quite a stir. In her video titled "I am transgender, female to male," she told her fans that she identified as a gay male because she was attracted to gay males. She also said that though she's 1000% trans, she also identifies as the sex that she was assigned at birth, and also went on to say that it's okay to identify as whatever you want, whenever you want. Yeah. As if she hadn't already offended an entire community with her transgender backlash, she was also involved in another scandal with the DID community earlier this year when she came out on her channel and told her fans that she had dissociative identity disorder. A lot of the backlash from the scandal came from her use of outdated terms, spreading false information, and giving into stereotypes about the disorder, as well as admitting to having never been diagnosed with DID. I'm sure you guys are familiar with all of the other scandals, but the bottom line here is that we need to forget about her and move on. At number 9, Onision. Onision is another creator, if you can really call him that, who's been on YouTube for many years. He's got a bunch of different channels, each one as offensive as the next, but his offensive content isn't the only thing that's problematic about him. We also have to include his offline activities and how unbelievably messed up this guy is. There have been a number of women who have come forward to recount their horror stories about their relationships with Onision as well as his partner Kai. Onision's ex-girlfriend Shiloh came forward to talk about the nasty things he did to her and the trauma she endured when with him, and other people have also come forward to talk about their experiences with dating and living with Onision and Kai. This all came out when Chris Hansen, yes, that Chris Hansen, started an investigation into these stories and allegations. Even the FBI started looking into this case, so it's definitely something serious. There's a whole collection of Hansen's interviews and investigations into this case, so I highly recommend watching it. I think after this, it's safe to say that if Chris Hansen is on your tail, it's time to declare your career dead and gone. Time to move on, guys. If you guys are enjoying this list so far, please consider leaving a like on this video. We'd really love your support on our channel, and your likes really help us out. At number 8, Tati Westbrook. This one might be a little controversial, but just hear me out. Tati Westbrook started off as a wholesome beauty guru who was like a mentor / maternal figure to James Charles, and who was just popping off and starting businesses and being really successful, but recently she's been getting involved in more and more drama, and I think it's time to say bye-bye to Tati. Firstly, she started the Bi Sister scandal. I know that there are also other theories that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson were in her ear telling her stuff, but she still made the video, she still pointed the fingers, and she's the one who got the ball rolling going after James in the first place. Then a year later, when no one asked or even gave it a single thought, she came back to expose Jeffree and Shane. She didn't really have to. If this was such a pressing matter, she easily could have just handled everything on the phone or something, but instead she made the decision to get the internet involved and blow this up to be bigger than it needed to be. And now on top of that, she's facing legal troubles as her business partner is suing her. She's being accused of fraud, breach of contract, and gross negligence after her business partner said that both Tati and her husband have been cutting him out of deals and purposely devaluating their shared company in case something like this ever happened. Some shady stuff is coming out about Tati, so maybe it's best that we steer clear of that messiness. At number 7, Tana Mongeau. Tana Mongeau is certainly no stranger to controversy, from her TanaCon disaster to her N-word scandals and every scandalous relationship and breakup in between. Tana's definitely been in the news a lot throughout her career, not necessarily for the nicest things either. Tana is among those who have faced backlash for a number of different things. Like I mentioned before, she's faced a lot of scrutiny for her TanaCon disaster, where fans were overcharged for tickets to an event that most of them couldn't even get into, leading to fans being stranded outside getting sunburns and heat stroke. This event was aptly compared to Fyre Fest for how badly it tanked. Following this scandal, there were also others surrounding Tana's relationships with Bella Thorne, Jake Paul, and Brad Souza, all of which failed, leading to some online drama. Adding to this, we have some of the most recent drama where Tana faced backlash for alleged racial aggressions against YouTuber Kaylin Berry and Nessa Briella. And if that wasn't it, Tana has also faced backlash in recent weeks just before the presidential election, where she told her fans that if they sent her proof that they voted for Joe Biden, she'd send them a free photo from her OnlyFans. She's been in a lot of drama, so maybe you want to give her a chance, but it also might be time to let her go. At number 6, Sam Pepper. Though he's recently made something of a comeback thanks to TikTok, there was a time when Sam Pepper was so hated on YouTube that there were petitions trying to get him removed and banned from the platform. He's basically the YouTube version of Amber Heard. This backlash was prompted by 2 scandals in particular, which really ended up defining his YouTube career. He was a YouTube prankster, but unfortunately sometimes he pushed his pranks a little too far and saw the repercussions. The first scandal that got him a lot of hate was from a prank video he made where he staged a kidnapping and killing. Sam Pepper staged the prank with YouTube besties Sam and Colby, where he made Sam believe that he and his best friend were kidnapped and then made him watch as his best friend Colby was killed. The whole thing was shocking and it got a lot of backlash for having taken things too far. The other instance that got him so much hate was his grabbing prank where he faked grabbing girls' butts, and this resulted in him getting investigated by the LAPD. Once this news broke, this prompted some of Sam's actual alleged assault victims to come forward accusing him of various inappropriate actions. And from that point on, his YouTube career never really recovered. Now he's on TikTok, but I think we should just forget about him and be done with it. Halfway through at number 5, Gabby Hanna. Gabby Hanna is a former Vine star turned YouTuber who found moderate success, but also found herself in a lot of drama. Gabby has been known to be involved in some drama from time to time, but some of the biggest scandals she's been a part of involve Trisha Paytas, Jessie Smiles, and Curtis Lepore. With Trisha, Gabby has allegedly been spreading rumors about her having a certain STD and has been talking about her in a negative manner. On her podcast, she talks about Trisha, and apparently she also gossips to other online creators about her as well. Trisha has called her out on it many times, and things have sort of gotten heated. It's wild and toxic, but not as toxic though as her drama involving Jessie Smiles and Curtis Lepore. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the scandal, but basically Curtis was accused of inappropriate behavior against Jessie, and instead of acting as the best friend that she should have been to Jessie and supporting her, Gabby instead showed her support for Curtis, the alleged assailant. Basically, Gabby is kind of toxic, and if you've heard some of the things that she said about certain people on her channel and podcast, you'd understand. At number 4, Austin Jones. We need to forget about Austin Jones. I'm gonna preface this with saying that he's now in prison serving a 10-year sentence, so if that doesn't already make you want to erase him from your memory, then I don't know, man. Austin Jones was a musician on YouTube who found fame doing a cappella videos. Basically, from that point on, he became a horrible human being. Austin began soliciting content from girls under the age of 18, and for years he'd been doing this and hiding this from the public. Obviously, because you don't want to get caught. It wasn't until 2017 that he was caught and arrested for his crimes and then pled guilty to them. At first, when this news broke, YouTube only demonetized his channel because originally they said that his videos didn't violate their terms of service. But I'm guessing because of all the uproar that this caused, they went back on that decision and instead took Austin's channel down. If you knew or watched any of his videos, delete that from your brain. We do not need that kind of negativity running around in our mind holes, as Che Durena would say. At number 3, Jake Paul. Jake Paul has been in a lot of trouble over the years, from setting the Team 10 house's backyard on fire to relationship drama to getting married and divorced within months, being called a sociopath, and an abundance of other scandals. Most recently, his Calabasas home was raided by the FBI in connection with a looting incident that happened in Arizona involving Jake and a few of his friends. Basically, Jake and a few others were caught on camera in a shopping mall during the riots that engulfed the country following the death of George Floyd. Jake, who was already facing a misdemeanor charge for his participation in the riots, was seen amongst other people looting the area, stealing bottles of alcohol and other goods. Though Jake denied participating in the looting, there were videos which placed him at the scene holding stolen goods, and so this prompted the raid at his house. I think that this, combined with all of the other shenanigans that Jake has been a part of, has to warrant him being forgotten about. Though his audience is quite young, I don't think that Jake's actions are really setting him up to be a good role model of sorts. At number 2, Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson is another YouTube veteran. He's been on the platform for over a decade, but over that period of time, he's gone through a few phases. He was doing sketches and music videos, then more vlog style content and eating videos, to conspiracy theories, documentary series, and now he has a makeup line. Now through all of this evolution, Shane's had some bumps along the way which have come back to haunt him. Other than the bi-sister scandal, Shane has also faced backlash for doing blackface in some of his videos, like sketches and other sit-down type videos. He's also faced backlash for alleged racial aggressions against other black creators and racially charged remarks or actions. There was even a scandal not too long ago where people thought that he was doing things with his cat. I don't know. And he even faced backlash for collaborating and making documentary series with the likes of Tana Mongeau, Jake Paul, and Jeffree Star. I'm not even gonna get into Jeffree Star. He's been taking a break from YouTube following his most recent scandals, so after all this time on YouTube, offending people and making countless apology videos, is it time to say adieu to Shane? Maybe. And number 1, the Ace family. Now you wouldn't think that family vloggers could get cancelled, at least as much as other notable problematic YouTubers, but you'd be surprised. The Ace family is another breed of family vloggers simply because of the family's patriarch, Austin McBroom, and his questionable actions. He's faced cheating scandals, assault allegations, and people are also worried about a potential hostile household after one of their videos came out where a clip was accidentally left in which showed Austin yelling at his wife Catherine. On top of that, they faced backlash after bringing their daughter into an adult store, buying a phallically shaped lollipop, and giving it to the kid. There was even a huge scandal between Austin and Cole Kerrigan where he alleged that Austin had an inappropriate encounter with one of his friends, and that blew up on the internet for a while as well. Really, the problem with the Ace family isn't the family, it's just Austin. So maybe we should just forget about Austin. Catherine and the kids are fine. I want you guys to tell me which YouTubers you want to forget. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys had fun watching. I've been your host, Broom, and until next time, stay safe, take care of yourself, and stay groovy, friends. There have been a number of women who have come forward to recount their horror stories. There have been a number of women who've come forward to recount their horror stories with their relationship about. Why am I saying with? And as if that was all, Tana has also faced backlash in recent weeks for her and if that wasn't it